All right, guys, it's about time I did another Kobe Bryant video. I'm getting a lot of heat for not doing enough Kobe stuff, not doing enough stuff about players other than Jordan. So I'm going to give the people what they want. We're going to check in on the Kobe Bryant Index. I'm going to look at the Kobe Bryant Index from peak, which was March 1, 2021. Until today. We're going to look at that index. I think the difference in value, the direction will shock you. Not that it's down, but the amount that it's down from peak March 21 is going to surprise you. Then we're going to look at the index over the last year, and it does tell quite a different story. Then we're going to look at some of the hottest Kobe Bryant basketball cards over the last 1 year. That's what today's video is. If you collect Kobe Bryant cards, if you're thinking of collecting Kobe Bryant cards, if you're a basketball card investor, today's video is going to appeal to you.
See why Card Ladder is the industry leader in sports card data. We know what you want because Card Ladder was created by collectors for collectors. Card Ladder. Join the innovators, not the imitators.
All right, guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. You've heard about the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was an old, I think, Clint Eastwood movie or something like that. It was an old Western. Well, today's going to be about, we're going to go in a different direction. We're going to go the bad, the good, and then the really, really good. So it's not going to be the good, the bad, the ugly. It's going to be the bad, the good, and then the great, right? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at the old Kobe Bryant Index going back from peak until today. Yeah, the peak was back in 2021 for Kobe, no matter what Kobe collectors and investors are trying to tell you. Then we're going to look at the good, which is what Kobe's cards are doing over the last year. Then we're going to look at some of the particular Kobe cards that are performing outrageously good over the last year. And we're going to make sure there's a sufficient sample size that it's reliable data, right? Because that's always what you want to look at. Well, let's start with the really, really bad. And this is something that I want to tell people just so they can keep it in perspective. This is the Kobe Bryant Index. Again, you're talking about over 1,000 cards in the Card Ladder database. Kobe Bryant cards, not individual unique cards, but like Kobe Chrome PSA 8, Kobe Chrome PSA 9. That's two cards. It counts as two, right, in the index. This is what the index looks like since right here. I've got it highlighted on your screen. March 1st, 2021, which was peak bubble for Kobe, right? Until yesterday, and I'm recording this on February 18th. You'll probably watch this on a weekend. Down 64.10%. Yikes. That is a very, very scary. That is really, really tough to recover from. We talk about it all the time. The people who bought LeBron at peak, hand raised. The people who bought Kobe Bryant at peak, the people who bought Zion Williamson at peak, the people who bought Marvin Bagley Jr. at peak, and Jaren Jackson and Michael Porter Jr. and all those guys. How do they recover from this? How do they recover from a punch in the face? You can only hope that maybe they didn't invest as much as as it looks like they did, or maybe they got out on the downslide so it wasn't from peak to bottom. I don't know, but this is an ugly, ugly index with a starting value of 43,000 down to 15,000, down 64%. That is a huge, huge drop. Now, that's the very bad. Here's the very good, and this is the truth, and this is not a small sample size. You're still talking about over 1,000 cards. The Kobe Bryant Index on Card Ladder is up 12% over the last 1 year. 12% over 12 months. That is real. That is noticeable. That is impressive. That is vastly outperforming the basketball index over the last year. So Kobe Bryant cards up 12% over the last year. You're hearing Kobe folks that buy Kobe, that collect Kobe. The collectors are pissed, right? Because they can't get all those cards. They were snatching cards over a 4-year period because the cards had dropped so much in value. The Kobe collectors were thrilled. The Kobe investors are not are also very happy, but the collectors are a little bit pissed off because they can't get into the cards that they had been getting into for the last 4 years because the price is running. This is not a joke here. This is a very slow, steady, consistent, sustained growth. Unlike the peak in 2021, that was not slow and steady and consistent. Over the last 6 months, even the cards are still going up. Over the last 3 months, they're up 7%. That might even be more impressive than 12% over 12 months. 7% over 3 months, that's bananas. And again, sometimes you'll see a massive sale that will spur a huge spike like that. So there's going to be a little bit of inconsistency whenever you see a huge growth like that. But mostly, this is all teeny tiny dots, which is really the type of sustained growth that you want to see. All right, what are the cards that are driving this, right? You might think, well, it's going to be all the cards that look like the Jordan PSA 10s from the 90s. Not necessarily. Watch this, and we're going to do this together. I haven't looked in detail at these cards, but this is what you can do in the card ladder sales history. By the way, if you don't know what Card Ladder is, or you're not sure what this software is that I'm looking at that gives me all this macro data that I can create this content with, and that can help me make more informed decisions when buying, selling, collecting, investing in sports cards, it's Card Ladder. Go to cardladder.com, buy a subscription, thank me later. Trust me, it's worth it. Use the promo code Cajun, all capital letters, CAJUN. They are an affiliate partner of mine. They pay me for the content that I do. And I'll be honest with you, I was using Card Ladder for years and years and years and years before they started paying me. And that's why they're paying me, because I told them, look, I only market, I only talk about products and companies that I endorse, that I believe in, that I've tried, that I've tested, and that have endured. And Card Ladder is at the very top of the list, along with a few others. But use the promo code Cajun if you buy a Card Ladder subscription. I really highly recommend you do it. All right, here we go. Believe it or not, the #1 performing Kobe Bryant card over the last 1 year, and again, PSA 10, PSA 9, BGS 9.5, BGS 9 only. BGS 10 I took out because I didn't think there would be enough sales. CGC I took out because I just don't mess with it. SGC, all that stuff, I don't mess with any of that. PSA and BGS, sorry, that's just me. Y'all are going to have to deal with that. If you got SGC cards, great, congrats, but you're not going to get any data on that today. So 4 grades, PSA 10, BGS 9.5, PSA 9, BGS 9. Those are the 4 grades we use, and the card has to have sold for more than $250 last sale. And so we're going to weed out the teeny tiny baby stuff. If something goes from 40 to 90, that's up 100 and 20%, 115% or whatever. We're not going to mess with that stuff. We're talking about cards that are worth more than $250. First card you're going to see is this card right here. Kobe Bryant, Soul of the Game. Again, this is an insert from the 90s. Everybody should be familiar with this from 98 Skybox Premium. We know that the colors in the background change from top to bottom, from card to card. This Kobe, it's a PSA 9. This ain't the PSA 10. This is a Pop 176. That's what the card looks like. Great image of Kobe right there with those ugly ass original Adidas. Though people forget, if you're not old enough to remember, Kobe had the ugliest ass Adidas ever. I think they were the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. Thank God he switched over and created some of the best, name player brand shoes of all time, the Kobe's, which I wore for a decade plus. This is what the chart looks like over the last year, guys. The most recent sale was $780. This is a card in March of 2024. That's not even a year. Guys, that is 11 months ago, almost to the day. This is a $300 card. You could have scooped up 2 of them for $600. Now you've got 2 of them that are worth about $1,600. So that's real dollar value change. The card's up 160% over the last 1 year. Kobe Bryant innovation, I'm not sure. We do have enough sales data points. Pop 61. This is the first Kobe Kaboom, I think. Correct me in the comments. I don't pay attention to Kabooms, but I know a lot of people really like them. The BGS 9.5 Kaboom is up almost the same as the Soul of the Game in a 9.5. By the way, nobody wants BGS slabs right now, and I'm just saying what the people are saying, right? Nobody wants them. I'll take them all day long, but on post-2000 stuff, most people don't want to touch that stuff for whatever reason. I'm not going to get into that. That's another whole separate video, but this is a BGS 9.5 first-year Kobe Kaboom, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Up 144%, and we've had 4 sales of this card, guys, and the most recent sale was $10,000. $10,000 for a Pop 61 Kobe Kaboom. This was a $4,000 card on April of last year. That's 10 months ago. In 10 months, this card has noticed a real growth of, what is that, $6,200. Yikes. The Kobe Bryant Fresh Foundations is up 132%. There's your card right there. This was I believe a Kobe Bryant subset card from 1996, card number 137 in the master checklist. Pop 144, not a rare card at all. That's PSA 10s we're talking about. Look at this card. Now, this is a sort of a growth chart that you want to be very cautious on, right? Because the card looked to be flat for almost, the entire graph. And then all of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps from 1,000 to 2,000. That would concern me a little bit with another aberration here. So there may be some shenanigans, some monkey business going on, some hijinks. You guys pay closer attention to that. Let's just put it this way. I wouldn't pay $2,000 for the next one. I'd chill on that and see if maybe this is more like a $1,300, $1,400 card, something like that. So I'd be very cautious on that. Nonetheless, the data says it's up 132.22%. Again, it's on you to verify these sales and make sure these sales got paid, or avoid it if you don't think they did get paid, right? That's up to you. Card Ladder cannot do that for you. All the Card Ladder does, they're a data conduit. They're going to take the information provided to them by the auction houses, and by auction houses, that also includes eBay, and they will take their word for it whether or not these sales got paid. Card Ladder cannot go through and vet all that. They'll do it on private deals. They will not put a private sale in here in a chart unless they know for sure and they've got sufficient data to know that that thing got bought and paid for. Dunkin' Go Nuts 10, gosh, what a great insert this is. What a great insert specifically for Kobe. His image may be the best out of everybody on all of these Dunkin' Go Nuts cards. Again, this one is also going to be a little bit volatile, for lack of a better word, because some are yellowish, orangish, and some of them are crystal clear, and you never know what each data point says unless you click this button, which says View All Sales. There's only been 3 PSA 10s. Why? There's only 33 of them. Shout out to the great Scottie Pippen for that. 3,208, 4,775, and then most recently in November of last year, 7,000. So it jumped from 4,775 to 7,300. That Kobe insert truly is running up 127% over the last year. This is the card that I really like, and this is the card that sort of speaks to me. I'd love to put the whole set together, but it would cost me a buttload, right? Pop 30. This is a Kobe 1998 Skybox Premium. That's Jam. This is card number 14 in that insert set. Check it out. Again, Pop 30. Here's what the chart looks like. 3 sales, 2,500, 2,650, and then it massively exploded to 5,600. So again, whenever you see a chart like that with sort of a minimal number of data points and a minimum number of sales, it's not going to be as reliable as that soul of the game, right? We want to check out that soul of the game where it's dot, 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 dot. When you only have 3 dots like here, and then the 2 dots, it shows 150 growth, and then boom, out of nowhere from August to October, that is 60 days. That is like 60 days, guys, not even 60 days. It jumps from 2,650, more than doubles, to 5,600. I'd be very, very careful with that. I would just be very careful with that. How about the same Kaboom card we looked at before, but now it's in a PSA 9. This card is a Pop 36, and this card has more data points. This is undeniably a slow and steady up and to the right. This is the kind of chart you want to see if you're trying to find reliable data. 3,350 to the most recent sale of 7,100. That card's up 111% over the last, what is this, 1 year? God dog, over 1 year. The Kobe Bryant 07 Topps Chrome Refractor, Pop 32. Shout out to Magic. This card is serial numbered, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, to 999. This is a BGS 9.5 copy. Really cool image of Kobe. I got to turn sideways to see. That is also LaMarcus Aldridge. I can't tell. I'm trying to look at it sideways. I think that's the great Ronnie Turioff in there as well. New additions. This is a card I really love. I got one of these cards graded by PSA, and of course they took Thor's hammer and they did a big old thing like those guys that throw the discus. You know how they spin around, and then they took the hammer and smashed me right in the nuts and gave me like a PSA 7. But this is the 1996 Skybox Premium New Editions PSA 10. So this is what you want, that Game Boy rendition, right? It's the New Editions insert set. Iverson's got a card in here as well. No Jordan, but Iverson's in here as well from 96 Skybox Premium. This is a Pop 24. Wow, what do you know? What do you have there? Pop 24. Shout out to the great Kobe Bean Bryant. It was meant to be. This card, check this out, has actually come down from the last sale. So in October, this card was 5, and then in in October, this card sold for where am I? 8,400. Came back down a little bit in December, about 2 months ago, to 8,100. So 8,100 and 8,400, the last 2 sales, clearly up. The card was sub $4,000 about 10 months ago. Draft Redemption, Downtown, another case hit, ultra modern card, the first ultra modern card we're looking at, 2016. I guess call that ultra modern, right? 2016. Maybe it's just modern. I don't know. what do you call that? What do you call 2012 to 2016? I don't know what you call that stuff, but 2016 Panini Studio. This is downtown. This might be the first downtown. Somebody can tell me in the comments. I don't collect cartoons, but this is when Kobe's wearing the 24. And this from downtown is a pop 76. Shout out to Sean Bradley. He was 7'6". This is what the chart looks like. 2,500 a little under a year ago, all the way to 4,700. Plenty of data there. A lot of data points. How many sales is that? That's 10 sales. The card's up almost 100%, 88%. So almost doubled. More Kobe kaboom. Let's go here. That's not going to be enough sale. Driving in. How about this Kobe Bryant? Damn, that's a good looking card right there. And these are the kind of charts, it's like you don't want to rely on them as gospel. This is the 1996 Kobe Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor. Wow, what a card. That's it right there. It is a rookie, it is an Atomic, and it is PSA 10, and it does have ass-kicking pack odds. That's a pop 37. It's only sold twice, and so this is where you got to tread lightly. Be very careful. You're walking on thin ice. You want to make a very conservative, intelligent decision. A card that goes, from March, it's a $10,000 card, to August. What is that? April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months. The card goes from 10 grand to 17 grand. I don't know. But again, maybe you need to look at the sales. Maybe that $10,000 sale, the card had a little bit of greening, or maybe there was clearly a white edge, or maybe it sold in the middle of the night on an auction house none of us have ever heard of, right? Or maybe it was a buy it now on eBay, like a fixed offer on eBay where some dumbass didn't know what he was doing and he listed it for 10, but it was worth 17. So you got to really dig into the view all sales and check each sale out for all of the information to make an educated decision. I don't like seeing 2 data points. I like to see more data points than that. The Kobe Bryant debut, pop 46. This is another rookie card that a lot of people overlook from 96 Skybox Z-Force. I say Zebu. I say Zebu because I think it's a play on words with debut. But this is tough to grade, right? This card often has edge and corner wear as well. That's why it's a pop 46. And that card most recently sold for $3,637 as well. But that's it, guys. I just want to do a little quick check-in. Again, here's the very, very bad, right? Kobe is still down from 2021. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not fall into the same trap that we fell into before. Watch this. This is the all-time Kobe chart. You see this trap that I've highlighted? That's where I started that chart, March 1st, 2021, when Kobe was at peak mania. It made no sense. Why? Because from May 1st until March 1st of the next year, look, his index went from 5,000 to 44,000. Guys, that's almost 9x. Even in South Louisiana, I can do that math. That's almost 9x. That's almost 900% growth. That's not organic. That doesn't make any sense. There's no reason or logic behind that. So let's not fall into the same trap. Let's keep our chart looking like this, Kobe collectors. Let's not do anything stupid. Let's not shill. Let's not overpay. Let's use our brains and stay consistent. The Kobe chart over the last 3 months even is up 7%. Over the last 1 year, it's up 12%. Over the last 2 years, it's about flat. It's almost exactly flat, right? So I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it is a good sign. It does look like Kobe cards are doing some great things. So congrats to everybody out there. Some of my very best friends in the hobby are Kobe Bryant collectors. And I have Kobe Bryant squarely in my top 45 players of all time, in the top 20 shooting guard. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Calm down. Kobe's there, right? He's there. I'm not even going to get into all that crap. We know where Kobe's at. He's somewhere in the top 10. But that's not what this video is about. That's a 5-hour video where I can bring some young buck on here and we can argue about where Kobe belongs historically. But I'm joking, of course, about the top 30, top 40 stuff, right? Kobe's right there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As always, I'm going to try to get some more of these videos out, looking at some of these great player cards. Problem is, there's not robust enough of an index for Gary Payton and Olajuwon and Robinson and those guys. So maybe we'll have to go straight just to their individual cards and try to glean some information out of that where we can make some educated decisions and push some people. I don't mean push, but help persuade people into collecting some of these great all-time players from 2 decades ago, which is now vintage, apparently, from the 90s. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. Kobe collectors, congrats on a really good past 2024 calendar year. Great stuff for prices. It's up, but not up too much, right? It's up, but not up too much, so congrats on that. Love seeing all the great Kobe Bryant collectors out there and seeing all the cards that they post on Instagram. He's still not Jordan. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.